All right, we're going to go on and keep it moving with this second part of dealing with a family member with behavioral disorders, mental health issues. I have personally, over the years, dealt with constant slander, numerous lies. I mean, that person has created their own reality. So anything outside of their reality is a plot or ploy against them to destroy them. I have had to deal with constant lies told against me, even though I know I'm the one helping that person financially. So the stories that go out to other people is that they have it all together themselves and no one helps them. However, fails to disclose everything going on in their mental disorder situation. Even all the way going down to being institutionalized, um, detained, and having to get put on court ordered or judge ordered medication, whether it's oral medication or an injection to keep their disorderly conduct at bay. When dealing with someone, especially a family member who suffers from behavioral disorders, you may come across having to deal with situations that involved being constantly lied about to other people, constantly being placed as the villain in the situation, even though you're not the one um, causing harm to others or close to causing harm to others, um, causing people to become uncomfortable with your presence. It is a constant thing. Dealing with a family member that has mental issues, you will run across, uh, probably the majority of the time, situations where you're going to have to kind of step back for them to realize your absence, even though they may not, because they always know someone's going to be there to help them out in their situation. You have people also that know how to play the game of mental disorders. They know who they can play, they know who not to play with, and it can be very exhausting. It is like a never ending story, right? Never ending instance or situation. It is a constant thing. It's like you have to deal with manipulation, their lies, their slander, and the constant need for them to give the picture that they are always the victim. They do not hold any responsibility or accountability for their own actions. Some may also act as if they cannot remember the instances in where they have caused havoc on the lives of others around them, having to endure dealing with them in their situation and their mental disorder, their behavioral disorders, their just whole makeup. I have personally had to deal with so much slander, yet and still I find myself still helping this person. Time and time again, I will get people coming to me discussing how this person has talked poorly against me, about me, constantly downgrading and downplaying what I've done for them. And it can be very unnerving, very disappointing, a lot of times embarrassing. And it has taken a toll on me, but luckily I am a strong person. But just dealing with the constant battle between wanting to back completely out of assisting this person, but also not wanting to block my blessings. That is a constant play in my head, in my heart, and in my spirit. But there are times I know I can only do so much for so long. At what point do I completely back off? That's another thing I'm just going to have to deal with. Um, it's a lot. It is a lot dealing with this. But I know many people who have dealt with similar situations, some worse, and they get through it. But yeah, that's where I'm finding myself on a constant basis. Do I throw in the cards? Do I hold them? Do I fold them? What do I do? That is just for me to figure out. And I'm pretty sure that I'm on the brink of figuring it out. So, in the comments, just tell me the types of things you deal with if you are dealing with someone, especially a close family member who battles with behavioral disorders or mental disorders. What are your thoughts? And how do you handle your situation?